So these past few months have the hardest I've ever trained for my vertical jump, and I have already had many issues. I've had issues with my ankle when I've had flare-ups during a few jump sessions. I've had knee issues ever since starting the training. That I've obviously gotten better, that are much better now. Well, it's only ever been minor issues when I've been like squatting, or when I've been jumping, or when I've been doing light plyometric exercises like sprint development drills to warm up for a jump session or a workout. I've had hip issues while squatting to a certain depth that caused the pain. I've had definitely many back issues. This is definitely one of the most vulnerable areas that I have pain in my back and also my shoulder, but I had many back issues. Remember, I also had a back flare-up when I was doing some squats one time. I've had many back flare-ups while I was doing clean pull, still learning the technique, but at times I would do it wrong and I didn't have the technique right, and it would cause some back flare-ups and some back pain. But I also was able to manage that, and now it's at a good level. Same with my shoulders. Whenever I would go outside and do low rim dunks and do especially windmills, which is a lot on my shoulder, I would feel shoulder pain. So now I'm taking better care of my shoulders. So with all that being said, training as hard as you can is probably not a good idea. It actually is, because when you actually train that hard, you actually see what issues you have. And when you see what issues you have, you can learn to manage and improve them. Just like I have. Right now, I feel no pain in my body. Even when I go out and train, I feel very minimal pain that's not noticeable, that I don't really think about. Because obviously, training pain-free is it's a huge myth. Pain-free is not very possible when you're actually training to become an elite athlete in pretty much anything. You are going to experience some kind of pain for some kind of reason. It's more about managing those pains and then being able to perform at the right times with minimal pain. So that goes on to my first point. If you want to fix your pain, actually do some hard training first. Actually do real training that will get you fatigued and get you to the next level. But to get to that next level, it's gonna have some issues. If you actually do have issues with your body, you're gonna definitely feel them, and you're gonna get to a point when it comes to a pain scale. Anything a 3 or below isn't too bad, because anything that's a 3 or below is not gonna affect your performance. If it's a 4 and above, that affects your performance. So that is when you're in kind of more of the danger zone, in a sense, is where you either cut back, change range of motion, change the weight, do an alternative exercise, do what you got to do to make it so you're not aggravating that pain, so then it gets worse over time. It also comes with, learning your body. How many reps can you do before you start feeling shoulder pain? How many windmill reps can you do before you start feeling shoulder pain? It's so many things that you have to learn throughout the process, and the best way to actually know and identify what kind of problems you have is by training hard first. And then once you actually find those pain areas, that's when you have to manage and cut back on what is making it hurt. If you keep doing what is making it hurt, it's just gonna hurt more, and then it's gonna get worse, and it's gonna affect your performance even more. And then in doing that, the more it hurts, the longer it's going to take to get back to a normal level. So you're literally doing damage to yourself in the long term, like just with your pain and like with your body in general. Because then the more you have to manage that pain, the less you're going to be able to actually train hard, because you can train hard through injury if you pick the right exercises that don't aggravate that pain, while you manage and rehab for that other type of pain that you have. Like, say you have shoulder pain, okay, avoid the shoulder exercises, do everything else, and then fix your shoulder, do the right stuff for your shoulder that will get it back to that level, and then you can slowly work back into the movements that caused pain before. And obviously you still want to train with intensity while you're doing that, so then you can actually still adapt and still get better rather than detrain. And then I really want to emphasize this: really focus on your body and learn about your body, because nobody, not even your coach, could do this for you. Unless they could see, if it's been a long time, they could probably see, okay, you react to this when this happens, okay, we should do this. But the first person that has to learn that is you. You have to be the one to know your body and know how it reacts to certain things, and know what your anatomical structure is, how deep you can squat, how much you can move in certain areas, where your limitations are. with your anatomical structure, with your mobility restraints. It's a lot of things that you have to learn on your own, because nobody can know your body better than you. Nobody can go inside your body physically or mentally and see what it's like and be like, oh, so you have these problems, let me fix it for you. It's like nobody can do that for you. You can only figure it out yourself and then communicate it to others that can help you. And unfortunately, if you don't have that, then you're pretty much on your own. And either way, it's still like a process that you have to figure out on your own to be able to better assess when you have pain and what causes it. And especially if you track your pain and you know, like, oh, okay, this is how I feel the day after doing this. Okay, so it was this that made me feel the delayed effects of the pain this morning when I woke up. And then do like pain tests, do a single leg squat, double leg squat, a jump, the single leg jump, or like move your shoulders around if you have shoulder pain, move your back around if you have back pain. See what is causing it and identify it. You have to identify it first before you can even think about how am I going to fix this. Because once you can identify it, you can then do some research on it and then find a specific fix for it, unless if you already know how to fix it. But there's many different injuries and many different ways you can fix specific injuries when it comes to the weight room and being an athlete. So it's a lot of different things you'd have to learn. And unfortunately, if you're on your own, you're on your own. But if you have a coach, it can help a lot. So even if you are alone and you don't have anybody to communicate to, then it's best not to complain about it, because that won't get you anywhere. If you complain about it, it's just gonna be you in your own head, like, damn, this sucks. Wow, like, are you doing anything? Are you doing anything about it? So don't complain about it. Take accountability for what you feel, and just in any way, like whatever it is, your shoulders, your back, your hips, your knees, ankles. I've dealt with all of them. Not some more to a certain level than others, but it's best not to complain. It's best to take accountability for the pain that you feel and really think it through. Like, okay, again, you got to assess what happened yesterday, what happened earlier, what happened just now that caused my pain. You got to take that accountability, assess it yourself, and then do your own research. If you really don't want the pain to be there, that's, it's on you. You got to do your own research. Really type it up, look on YouTube, find the best people to find the pain with, or look up research articles. If you really want it to stop and you don't have anybody to communicate to, well, or you could, you could reach out to people on like Instagram or YouTube, whatever. Do what you can, because you're gonna have different, you're gonna have pain. You're gonna have some type of pain if you're training intensely. Find different communities, of people. It's like there's so many different things you can do, especially with social media. So there's not many excuses except you didn't try hard enough. So that's it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you found it valuable, please like and subscribe, comment. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. So that'll be it for this one. I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one. Peace. Woo!